Hey guys, it's Ty. Thanks for watching the Weekend Zone. I'm here with Britt Johnson.
Hi.
And announce yourself.
Matt Demecki, you guys know.
Matt Demecki, our favorite bronze section. We love you though. We love
Thank you. I love you guys too.
Yeah, every now and then. Okay guys, Adam Silver recently came out and said, look, the one and done rule for the NBA draft isn't working for any of us and the NBA plans on changing it. The question is, to what? What should they change it to? Should they make the players be able to go in younger or should they be older?
Go for it.
Okay, I actually think if you're going to make them only, I mean, the one and done is like ridiculous. So if you're going to only do 1 year or even only 2 years, you might as well just let them come out of college. That's what the D-League's for. You know, if they think these players aren't prepared enough, like as a coach, to be playing in the NBA with other guys, then they can put them in the D-League. So I think they should just give the kids the option to, at the age of 18, it's not a physical contact sport, to let these guys, if they want to, go straight to the NBA. And then let, at that time, a coach or an organization decide, oh, should we place him on our active roster or should we put him on one of our D-League teams? Either way, he'll be making some kind of money. I just think it's better for, I mean, going to college for 1 year just doesn't help out the college experience for everybody watching, for fans. Like we now as fans have players that are coming in and we're only a fan of them for 1 year and then you never see them again. You know, there are kids that are still going to want to go to college and go to school for 4 years, you know, or a couple years, just to get more experience or more exposure, maybe if they didn't get to go to a big high school. But for other kids, I just don't think it's necessary that they have to go to college for 1 year.
I mean, as crazy as it sounds, I mean, I have to agree. Because
We've been agreeing
a lot.
These two are the same.
I have to agree.
Did we just become best friends?
Not yet, but but okay.
I didn't
So
want to, Eddie.
the thing is, like, I feel like college is, you go for the experience. You don't go for the knowledge of the game. If you feel like you're ready at 18 and at 18 years old, you're grown enough to make your own decision, I say you should just go to the NBA. You know, I mean, if you feel like you're ready, I just don't see the point of college if you're going to go play for 12 games and then just leave for the NBA.
And if a team feels like you're ready enough to draft you, then...
It's funny, it's unrelated, but it's funny how kids can be 18 and they're old enough to be drafted into our military and go to war.
But you can't go to the NBA.
But we can't draft them into a sports league and they can't drink. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it's interesting. I kind of get it, because you know what? Some of these kids, when they're 18, they're still like 11 years old and they're very immature. So I think that they're trying to protect against those situations. But at the same time, a lot of these kids are really mature for their age and they'd have no problem playing professionally. So my solution, you guys, is like a standardized maturity test.
Oh,
gosh. So there's probably 30-year-old NBA players that won't pass that.
I mean, so
probably
it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be a hard test. It's not going to be a hard test, but just to see if they're mature enough to enter the league, because some of them aren't. I mean, when you have, I'm sorry, and you know I love my Lakers and D'Angelo Russell.
Look at that dude has a brain of a potato chip.
I was just about to go there.
This dude is so dumb.
D'Angelo, you have grown on me, but what you did with recording Nick Young and all of that, it just, you would not have passed, okay?
Most of your team would not have passed.
Okay, first of all, you need to stop right now.
That's facts.
No, we're not going to do this right now, Britt, okay? I don't have the energy to go to war, and I will. I will go to war. I think we just have to have a different solution than the one and done, so.
I just go straight from high school. That's
I mean, it's worked in the past. It worked in the past. I don't even know why they changed it. I think the NCAA obviously wants to capitalize on these players and make money off of them, which they should not get to do. Because it just doesn't make sense to have a kid go to college for 1 year.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
And if anything, like, I feel like players like Kobe and Kevin Garnett and LeBron that came straight out of high school, their only regret is not getting that college experience, but who cares if you only get it for a year?
And some of them go back and get it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's
go
to
a college party, play some beer pong.
After you make your millions, if you want the degree, you'll be able to afford a degree. Like, after you make your millions and you become an NBA legend, and worry about that later. Seriously, if I could do it over again, would I have gone to college? Just kidding. Probably, but these days, like, it's experience that's the most important. So for all you kids out there, yes, go to school, but make sure you're getting experience with like internships or something. Okay, let's move on to the NFL because their age limit is higher. It's 3 years in college or 4 years removed from high school if you didn't go to college. Should we change it? As if we have the power. Should they change it?
You know what? This sounds crazy, but I think players should go straight out of high school too.
For the NFL as well?
For the NFL as well. As crazy as it sounds, because in college, if you go all 4 years, football is a lot more physical and it's a lot more of a grind.
That's true.
And those 4 years, you could save that for the NFL. Like,
yeah.
This is gonna pain me to say because I'm an Eagles fan. Ezekiel Elliott, that dude was ready to go to the NFL his freshman year at Ohio State.
Yeah.
He was ready to go, and I'm telling you, he could have been in top 5 rusher his freshman year.
Y'all are really just sharing.
And speaking of Ohio State running backs, I don't know if you guys remember Maurice Claret.
Yep.
He actually helped win the 2002 freaking championship, which is my favorite college football game ever. If you haven't watched it, Ohio State versus Miami. Into overtime, best game ever in history.
Who's paying you, Britt?
So it's the best game ever in history, but he actually was a freshman running back on that team. After that year, he ended up getting in some trouble because he was yelling at, some coaches and academic stuff, so he ended up getting kicked off of the team. And then he actually challenged the NFL eligibility thing and won, but then it was overturned in a higher court. But he's like the perfect example of like a kid that probably was ready at the time, but obviously they wanted to like hone in on him and take advantage of him. The NFL, for football, I think it's a weirder thing because you have a 18-year-old body versus like a 30-year-old body, and the guys are so much bigger in the NFL. So I get the whole instance of trying to protect their bodies and stuff like that, but also with football, you play football at an earlier age, and you're done at an earlier age. Yeah. So
and
they should get a chance to make money at an earlier age. Maybe they should do something like the D-League has, or the NBA has with the D-League, but do it in a football capacity. Like maybe have something where kids can so they're making money. My whole thing is football players have such a short time to make money. A lot of these... Some of the greatest players you'll ever know you didn't get to know because they got hurt in college.
And honestly, though, the high school football players, some of them are like 300 pounds. You know what I mean? We don't even have to worry about... Yeah, they could be. They're the same size as the 30-year-olds, some of them.
Yeah.
And I just think the only thing about the coming out of high school, they should have the decision to do that. But I think for quarterbacks, it would be a lot tougher because it's a mental game. At 18, I don't think your mind's right to go to the NFL, read defenses, digest the playbook. I think for quarterbacks, it would be a lot tougher. For skill players,
you guys, my standardized testing works for the NFL as well. The standardized maturity test.
Oh man,
that's even worse for the NFL. Test out. I need to see what this test
I'll write it
like.
and I'll send it to you and the NBA and the NFL. Expect me.
Okay, well, I just think I think the NFL, I guess the solution would be maybe to just have an alternative thing so these kids can make money because NCAA, you take advantage of these players, and I'm really sick of that. I think we should make that a whole nother topic one day.
No, we're going to, because I'm not done with the NCAA.
Players need to have a choice. That's what it's all about.
But I really agree.
Teams need to have a choice. If a player wants to go, I get that. But if a team thinks a player's ready and they want to draft that player, why not? The only thing is you don't get drafted after you get your draft eligibility in. Then you're crap out of luck and you can't go back to college.
I have to go back to Matt's point. The fact that these guys really don't have a long lifespan in the league. And a lot of them have actually retired really young when they realize, hey, I want to have a family. I want to have a future. And my body has been through elementary, high school, college, and pro. I got to get out. So we want to hear from you guys, though. Should the NBA change their draft rules, and should the NFL change their draft rules? Talk to us in the comments below, and we'll see you next weekend.